Guys, and welcome back to another Kakobuy haul. Today we have some shoes, clothes, and accessories we're gonna check out. But first, I just want to say I do not condone the buying and selling of replica items. Everything in this video is 100% authentic. If you sign up using my code, which will be in the first link in the description, you can get a $500 discount on shipping. So I highly recommend checking that out. Let's get into it. So first up, we have the Dior B30s, as we can see here. This is like the gray and black kind of version of it. The lows, of course. So here we have the logo. Everything is stitched on perfectly. You have the white lines kind of going across the entire shoe, which gives it kind of a 3D texture to it. Obviously, the logo itself has a good indent, has good depth to the shoe. And overall, the stitching and everything, like the laces to the sole, it's all very, very high top quality. And so will everything in this video be as well. Next up, we have one of the more cooler shoes in the video. We have the Balenciaga Tracker sneaker. This is a very heavy, cool looking shoe. We have kind of the white and black laces, and just the material kind of all intertwines itself. It is a very heavy shoe, if you're wondering. And probably the coolest part about it is the back. It kind of just looks like a truck, kind of like truck tires, which is kind of obviously the theme for this shoe. So overall, a very cool looking bulky shoe. Here we're on to another Dior shoe, the Dior B22s. This is just a very lightweight, cool looking shoe. It's like more of kind of like a running shoe, I guess, this time. So here we have in the bottom, it's kind of just like pretty cool. It kind of also kind of looks like a tire if you really look at it, but very grippy. You can see there's like individual gripping kind of stuff here. Here we have the whole shoe here. Very cool looking, simple, simplistic shoe. We have the white laces here with the gray and white kind of like holders to the laces. We have the sole, obviously very cool, very nice. I really like this shoe because it's just simple and lightweight. So if you're into these kind of more classy type of running shoes that are very lightweight, this is a very cool and good option for you. Here we're on to some Maison Margiela shoes. I really like this shoe. It's a very classy, old money type of look. So if you're kind of into that style, that vibe, I would highly recommend picking this up. It is a very lightweight looking caramel white type of shoe. So here we have the bottom, which in person, it's like, it doesn't look too grippy, but it's very grippy. Like, it's very good grip. We have, you know, obviously the cool like texturizing kind of changes throughout the entire sole of the shoe, or I guess not sole, the bottom. Here we have the circular kind of, you know, logo, I guess it would be called, or whatever that is. And here we have obviously the inside. And overall, this is just a very classy type of old money feel. You know, if you're going out, you can wear this. And it's just one of my favorite shoes in general because I like the old money type of vibe. And this goes very well with it because everything is kind of that caramelly type of white feel. Overall, this is very cool. I like this shoe. And again, sign up using my code to get $500 off shipping. And check this out in my spreadsheet. Now we're on to more of a designer shoe. This is a very fancy, expensive feel to a shoe because the material basically changes throughout the entire shoe. Think of like a very fancy suitcase. That's kind of the feel it has on this shoe. So we have like, you know, obviously the symbols on the front, on the side, in the back. Back is probably one of my favorite parts of the entire shoe. This very cool texture that kind of changes throughout the entire back of it. Here we have obviously the circular logo, which is on a lot of other shoes too, but we have obviously the logo itself, very nicely indented, good depth. This shoe is very good for its pricing and it's identical to the real thing. So you get a very high quality shoe for a very low cost. So I would highly recommend this if you're into some Louis Vuitton shoes. This will be a great option for you. Next, we're on to the Bathing 8 blue and white lows. I love this type of feel because it's like such a shiny feel. You can even see with the light here, it has this glossy finish to it. Basically everything just deflects off it very nicely. So that's why I like it. It's a very clean, glossy type of feel to the shoe. I also love the back, the starry, and obviously the circle, which I guess is on a lot of shoes now that I'm thinking about it. But here we have the metal for the laces. We have the laces itself and some metal here, guys. But yeah, overall, very cool looking shoe. I just love the glossy feel to it. And that's how you know you're getting a good quality one, is if that glossy feel like right here is very noticeable, because that's kind of the style this shoe goes for. So this is a very nice streetwear type of shoe. So I'd highly recommend picking this up if you're into some Bathing 8 shoes. On to more accessories. We have this Goyard duffel bag. So for the inside, we have the zipper and this yellow undertone. Very high quality, very good, guys. But yeah, this bag, like, it has a leathery feel and has this cool kind of blue and white design. So this Goyard duffel bag is very worth it, very high quality, and so is everything else in this video. And yeah, I highly recommend this if you want to pick up a duffel bag from a designer brand. This is very cool and very high quality. Now you can see it obviously here. It's very cool stuff. Here we have the Spider logo on the back of it, and we have basically the entire way through is just a nice blue, light blue type of color. Here we have obviously the bottom, which kind of just wraps around your ankles. Overall, this is a very cool sweatpants for, you know, just going to school maybe, or just chilling at home. Very cool, very high quality. A lot of the times when you're trying to get clothing from these types of brands, they might not have the greatest quality on them, you know, or material, but this does it perfectly, and it is very high quality. Now we're on to the sweater. So here we have obviously the gem kind of outline to the logo. That is kind of their signature thing. I mean, obviously have the web type of feel to it because it's the name Spider. But here we have the logo itself. I can give you a good look here. Overall, the logo is extremely high quality and it's very cool, very shiny. You know, the gems or whatever that is kind of reflects light very well. So it's very cool stuff. And obviously here we have the tag, which is like a cool little Easter egg, I guess. But overall, the Spider set is extremely high and good quality. I highly recommend this hoodie if you're into some clothing, and especially Spider. Finally, we have the last thing of this haul, Louis Vuitton beanie. Not much to say about this, except it's just very good, high quality, and it's just very cool. The texture to the stitching to the logo itself is very good and high quality stuff. Here you can see the Louis Vuitton tag. Everything is just put together very nicely. So if you're into, you know, beanies or anything, I would also highly recommend you pick this up. But overall, guys, that's gonna be the haul for today's video. Hope you enjoy these shoes, these accessories, and these clothes. I would highly recommend you signing up with my code. You can do that by clicking the first link in the description and making an account under my code, and you'll get a $500 off shipping coupon to literally any product you get from Kakobuy. So I highly recommend you do that. And also, if you want to check out my spreadsheet, I have a good amount of items on there that you might want to check out and buy. See you guys.